Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Superman Lois Season 4. We've got an update in regards to the release date of Season 4. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay, so we're going to be reading off this report from cbr.com. I'm going to leave the link in the description below if you guys want to go ahead and read it after I've broken it down in this video. So the title of the video is Superman Lois Season 4 Gets Disappointing Release Update. Obviously this comes after months of strikes, and these strikes have been very hard hitting when it comes to productions like Superman Lois trying to get started. Obviously we have the writers and actors strike happening both at the same time, so it's literally impossible for Superman Lois to get going just like any other show, because it's linked to Warner Brothers, it's linked to those big studios, and only productions that are independent productions have been able to basically go ahead. So Superman Lois is getting nowhere, and we get a release update in this article about what's going on with Superman Lois Season 4 and when it's going to be airing. Let's go ahead and break this down. So Superman Lois Season 4 will reportedly not air until at least summer 2024 due to the ongoing Hollywood strikes. According to Variety, the fourth season of Superman Lois, as well as the new seasons of Walker, All-American and All-American Homecoming, won't likely be on air until sometime next summer on account of Hollywood's WGA and SAG strikes. This lines up with what Perry Sook, the CEO of parent company Nexstar Media, had to say during the company's quarterly earnings call in August. The further the strike goes on, they get pushed further and further into 2024. A summer 2024 start for Superman Lois Season 4 would be the latest the show has ever premiered in a given year. For reference, Seasons 1, 2 and 3 premiered on the CW in February 2021, January 2022 and March 2023 respectively. So there you have it. That is Variety confirming what was previously said by one of the heads of Nexstar, that right now it's looking like it won't be on air until at least next summer. Obviously this is because of the strikes, and as I said before, if the strikes do end, there's always the chance that they could come out before, but I have a feeling even if they get started filming before the end of this year, I don't think they're going to try and release it early like in March. I don't think there's any point. I think you have to hold it back. You have to get all the episodes in the bag, get the 10 episodes or so that they're going to have in Season 4 and release it from the summer and continue on from there. And it's okay, like it's not unheard of that an Arrowverse show could air in the summer. Like there was one year that Supergirl aired in the summer due to circumstances at the time. Pretty much Stargirl has always been a summer show, so it's not a crazy move. However, it's just something that's been forced upon them, and so, you know, it's out of their hands as to if they want to air it in the mid-season like they normally air it. So it's looking more and more likely that the release date is going to be in the summer if they get started filming by the end of this year or the start of next year in January. And if the strike goes on even further, it could go as far as fall 2024, so that would be October time. That would be the next kind of reshuffle of the CW's primetime programming, and that's when you would have a show like Superman Lois beginning. It really depends on when they start actually shooting and when everything is done. Obviously they can work on the show as the show is coming out, like we've done that many times before, and that's pretty much standard when it comes to most CW shows. But obviously with Superman Lois being only about 10 episodes in this new season, they probably are going to want to get it all done and wrapped straight away so that they can basically have everything ready, and you know, they don't have to mess around with the schedule, because typically in the past that was a main problem for Superman Lois. It took them such a long time to film that they ran into many delays, and they had to have like weeks off, and then they would bring back the show, then it would be off again, then it would come back on, and so that was a problem. But obviously this is a very different kind of problem for them. But I think Nexstar isn't worried about it. We've talked about their strategy. If you guys saw yesterday's video, we talked more about the CW and what's going on right now. The main question was, is the CW going to survive? There was an article we broke down from Variety. So right now they're definitely not too much so worried about, you know, their primetime programming not coming back exactly on time, because they have bought and acquired a bunch of shows that they think are going to work for their network. Obviously, we've questioned it, but those shows are going to be airing in the meantime, and they're going to try and get some traction. They're going to try and build the network around those shows rather than the shows like Superman, Lois, All-American Homecoming, and Walker, the only shows left that were part of the CW's previous regime. I don't expect many of those shows to go beyond this next season, including Superman, Lois. Despite the fact that I think Superman Lois should continue beyond season 4, like I've said many times, I don't think the CW is the right home for it anymore. Really hoping for a move to Max, but that's all up in the air right now. And so let's continue with this article, because they ask, could Superman Lois go beyond a 4th season? So they say, with all the management and programming changes at the CW and DC studios, fans are concerned that season 4 might be it for Superman Lois. However, the CW president Brad Schwartz recently told THR that Superman Lois could go beyond a 4th season now that they've got their scripted programming to a place where, why couldn't they continue if they're profitable? If they're profitable and successful and some of our highest rated shows, why wouldn't they continue? Well, obviously we've discussed this quote before, but it's clearly, all about profit, and because the show costs more, yes, they've cut the budget, but still a bunch of their other shows are going to be way cheaper. I think they're going to want to kind of go more that way rather than keep a show like Superman Lois. So yeah, even if it does good, there is a chance for a season 5, but do we have faith in the CW right now? No. I think you guys can all agree with me on that, and I'm sorry that I keep on saying the same thing about the CW over and over again, but it's just really annoying, and I just really have to vent sometimes. But yeah, Superman Lois definitely could go beyond season 5. However, it's natural that all of us are concerned that season 4 could be it for Superman Lois if season 4 doesn't perform like the CW wants it to perform. And despite them not announcing Superman Lois season 4 is the final season, which would have given us definitive answers, everything is up in the air because we don't know if it's going to be the final season. And I think the CW itself doesn't know if it's going to be the final season. And same with Warner Bros., the studio that is obviously producing the show and making it, that being WBTV, they don't know. And so it could go beyond 4th season, but right now we're just going to have to wait and see for when season 4 comes out and how well it does. Also, another point that they make is that Superman is enjoying a resurgence in popularity. So for the first time since the 1990s, Superman is headlining both solo animated and live action series with My Adventures with Superman and Superman Lois respectively. The Big Blue Boy Scout is also gearing up for a return to the big screen with DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn writing and directing a film reboot titled Superman Legacy, which is set to begin filming sometime in 2024 after the strikes are finished. So Superman Legacy is set to release, I think it's summer 2025. And so that would be the next incarnation on the big screen of Clark Kent / Superman, with the actor also set to portray the superhero in future DCU films if it's successful, that being David Corenswet. And also we know our Lois Lane is Rachel Brosnahan as well. So yeah, Superman is definitely enjoying a resurgence with the animated show, with Superman Lois on TV, and the upcoming Superman Legacy film from James Gunn. So I guess the future is pretty good for Superman, but right now, because of everything going on in Hollywood, we just don't know when this release date is going to be happening. And so yeah, this video is all about that, so I can't give you a definitive answer as to when it's coming out. Our best guess is earliest summer 2024, probably more likely is fall 2024, and I know that is such a long way off because we're just heading into the fall, aka the autumn, for those of you guys who are not American. And so that would mean over a year from now until the next season of Superman Lois. But again, this is all out of the hands of the CW, it's all out of the hands of the creators, that being Todd Helbing, and I believe there is a new co-showrunner of this new season, and Tyler and Bitsy, none of them can actually come back right now. I don't believe any of the writers can even get started, not even Todd Helbing. Obviously, he's probably brainstormed a lot about what he wants to do for this next season, and if it's potentially the final season, obviously he has to keep that in mind as well, because we don't know how well it's going to perform or not. But as we get more updates as to the situation going on with Superman Lois, I will continue to update you guys. But that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to remind you guys we're beginning to live stream again starting this week. I'm going to be live streaming Thursday night at 9 PM, so come join me. Also, if you want to be featured in an upcoming video, please be sure to go over to my community tab right now and you can submit new Q&A questions for an upcoming video sometime later this week. And if you want to support the channel, please be sure to click the top link in the description below to get new merchandise. That merchandise is limited edition and it's going to have an end date very, very soon. So that does it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment if you enjoyed the video. It will really help out this video to get spread out there on YouTube. But also subscribe and turn on notifications if you are new around here so you don't miss any future videos. And for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video. But for now, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.